Friday night, May 30th, the royal family invades Chicago, Illinois with the Royal Gathering. Hosted by King Io Ben Yahoo, spoken poetry from Queen Gallery, musical performances from Queen Paris, Queen Carly, and King Big Homie Europe, with a live lesson presented by Mike Maliss. It's the Royal Gathering, live from the Maliss Theater at the Beverly Arts Center. Request your tickets for this free event today.
Because the reason the Bible tell you why everything happened is because the people who making the shit happen is the ones who wrote the Bible. Go read the Bible yourself. Leave me alone with that. Because the reason the Bible tell you why everything happened is because the people who making the shit happen is the ones who wrote the Bible. Go read the Bible yourself. Leave me alone with that.
Shalom Israel, giving honor and praise to the Most High God for the reading and the understanding of his word. And family, I want to wish every king, every queen, every prince, and every princess, I want to wish you a wonderful, magnificent Sabbath. And once again, thank you for bringing us in with your brother this week. And family, if you can please allow me just a couple of moments before we start the lesson, a couple of things that I would like to talk about. The very first thing, Friday night, May 30th, live from the Babs Theater at the Beverly Arts Center, we will have our Royal Gathering. So this is the part that I want to make sure that I communicate. Please listen. The Royal Gathering is a free event. You do not have to pay to get into the Royal Gathering. The only thing that you have to do is send an email to trgtickets@yahoo.com. There is a 4-person per family limit, okay? 4 people per family limit. All right? Very, very simple. Again, the Royal Gathering is a free event. You do not have to pay to get in. There's so many people that are sending the request and saying, well, how much? You don't have to pay anything. Just make sure that you get your ticket so that you're not outside. All right, now family, I want to also mention this here. You see this? Little stuff like this. I love it. This came from our brother, Warlike and Glorious on Instagram. Family, please go out there and support our brother. And again, we have to do things where we support our people. All right, now family, let's go ahead. Let's get into this lesson here tonight because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm excited about this lesson. Now, y'all saw at the beginning of this program, you saw. Now, I could be just like everybody else and ridicule her, call her out of her name, tell her she's stupid and all that stuff. No, you know why? Because she's ignorant. And a lot of people, unfortunately, they take ignorance as a bad word, and it's not. Ignorance simply means that you are uneducated about a certain topic. And that sister is certainly uneducated about the topic that she's speaking on. But I wanted to show that because it's dangerous. And I need many of you, I need all of you, not many, I need all of you to understand that that's the 2/3 mindset. And I can blame her, but I don't blame her. Do you know who I blame? Christianity. I blame the pastors that continue to perpetuate the lie that Christianity offers to our people. I'm going to make this statement and I'm going to say it, and I don't care how anyone feels about it. The Bible and Christianity have 0% to do with each other. Christianity is a lie. It is a doctrine of made-up stories that resemble what the Bible says, but it is only a resemblance. It is not the actual. If that sister would have known what was in the book and what her position in the book was, she never would have made that statement. But Christianity lied and said that everybody can walk this walk. And the Bible says there's only one people that can walk this walk. And if they don't accept what the book actually says, then there's some consequences that comes behind that. So that's what we are going to focus on here tonight, family. Why our people need to listen to what the Bible says. Just the opposite of what that sister was coming out and talking about. So family, we are going to read the book of Zephaniah. Now, depending on time, if we can get through all of it, I would much prefer to get through all of it. But again, in reality, I understand how our people are. Our attention spans are not, we don't hold it very long, and we don't. That's just the truth. And so I deal with reality, all right? With our people, about 1 hour is what you will get for an attention span, about 1 hour. All right, so we are going to be reading again from Zephaniah chapter 1. Hopefully we can get through to 3. Let's go ahead and begin. And Queen Nina, usually you're the one that's putting the scriptures and everything up there. And I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, family, let's go ahead and do this. Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 1. The word of the Lord which came unto Zephaniah, the son of Cushi, the son of Gedaliah, the son of Amariah, the son of Hezekiah, in the days of Josiah, the son of Ammon, king of Judah. And of course, we all know that the Judites are the so-called Negro / African American. All right, verse 2. Listen to what the Father says, family. Listen to this. I will utterly consume all things from off the land, saith the Lord. Now, there were certain members of this family that I had sent an article to. The Adam and Eve story, remember? Now, for those of you that I sent that to, remember when the scientist was, when he was describing the cataclysms? Remember that? Okay. Yeah. Verse 3. I will consume man and beast. There it is, about them cataclysms, remember? I will consume the fowls of the heaven and the fishes of the sea and the stumbling blocks with the wicked. I will cut off man from off the land, saith the Lord. Now, when it comes to that Adam and Eve story, for those of you who are unfamiliar, of course, y'all know I have been reading these CIA documents, and there is one that they have with the Adam and Eve story, and I'm going to tell y'all right now, oh my goodness. First and foremost, even as the scriptures say, everything cannot be shared with everyone all at once. Why? Because our people reject things that we put in front of them. All we have to do is just put the Bible in front of 2/3 of our people and watch the rejection begin. So y'all know I'm not lying. But with that particular one there, it takes, let me tell you right now, it takes a person that is willing to unlearn everything that they know, everything, and focus and keep just their complete soul belief on the scriptures to be able to read these types of documents and articles. You have to have the right spirit to do these things. And I'm telling you right now, for those of you that read it, y'all already know what time it is. All right, let's continue. Verse 4. I will also stretch out mine hand upon Judah. You see this? Talking about the so-called Negro, male and female, blacks. I need y'all to understand this. The punishment was put on us more than the other 11 tribes. Why? Because we are the top tribe. What happens when your parents leave the oldest? Even though Judah is not the oldest, but he was the one that was put in charge. What happens when the parents put the oldest in charge? If anything goes wrong, who do they blame? That person. They blame the oldest. Why? Because they put that person in charge. That's the very same thing that's happening with our people. The Father put our people, the Negroes, in charge. And what happened? We squandered it. Bottom line, it is what it is. We failed. All right, I'm going to read this again. I will also stretch out mine hand upon Judah and upon all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and I will cut off the remnant of Baal from this place, and the name of the Shemarims with the priests. You see this? Them lying priests, those liars. I need y'all to understand when it comes down to these priests and pastors of Christianity, the Father said he is going to utterly destroy these people. We have had so many lessons on that. Not only did he say that he was going to do that, but before he does, he is going to wipe dung. And if you don't know what dung is, it's feces. He's going to wipe it down their face before he kills them. Yes, indeed. And I'm looking forward to that day because it's because of them. They ruined our people. Verse 5, and them that worship the host of heaven upon the housetops, and them that worship and that swear by the Lord, and that swear by Malcolm, and them that are turned back from the Lord, and those that have not sought the Lord, nor inquired for him. So this is making it very clear. Everybody that wants to deny the Bible, everybody that wants to say God is not real, everyone that wants to say Yahweh is not real, Jesus is not real, the Bible is not real, none of those things happen. Guess what? You're dead. 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 There's only one way that you're not going to die. Read the Bible. And that is if you are a Black, Hispanic, or Native American person, because the book is only for us. But you have to keep God's commandments, and you have to have the faith that Yahweh is the Son of the true living God. That's right. There are conditions that come with this. And as you see, our people will reject that. They will reject God. They will reject Yahweh, and they will certainly reject keeping his commandments. Y'all got to remember, Christianity is based on not keeping God's laws. Y'all got to remember that. Because they are the religion that says you don't got to keep God's laws. The direct opposite. That's how you know who runs Christianity. It's Satan. All right, now let's continue. Verse 7. Hold thy peace at the presence of the Lord God, for the day of the Lord is at hand, for the Lord hath prepared a sacrifice. He hath bid his guests. You see that? The Father's making it known. Yep, I am preparing the day when I'm coming to kill you. I'm coming to destroy the 2/3, and I'm going to make such a spectacle of it. I am going to make sure that the entire world watches. Now, this is something I want y'all to understand. When the Father comes to come kill the 2/3, it is going to be unlike anything else. Not even the heathens, okay? They are not even going to suffer a death like the 2/3. The ones who God made with his hands, who he fashioned after himself, and they rejected him. Can you imagine? I don't want to use spectacle because there's another word. The grandeur of sight at that moment. People dying in ways we've never seen before. Oh, this is going to be so glorious. And it really is. It most certainly is. Verse 8, and it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice. It hasn't happened yet. This is talking about the future. That I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar, first and foremost, men cannot dress up in women's clothes. Women cannot dress up in men's clothing. And you have to have this on your garments, our fringes. You got to have that with the border of blue. If you don't, you're going to die. That is how you know who is following the commandments, or who is the candidate for following those commandments, because anybody can put on fringes and still be out there sinning. Now we know that, but I'll tell you this, a person that is wearing their fringes out there in that world has a much better chance at survival All they have to do is repent now. Oh, baby, baby. Oh, we even get, just wait. All right, let's see. Let's continue. Verse 9, in the same day also will I punish all those that leap on the threshold, which fill their masters' houses with violence and deceit, lies and fighting. That's all it's saying. Lies and fighting. Those with that contentious spirit that want to deny the Father and tell the Israelites that they are not the chosen. Oh yeah, those. And those who don't even know that they're Israelites, but yet want to say that that white boy is Yahushai. No, absolutely not. You're going to die. Deceit. That's the deceit. Now, y'all got to remember something also with Christianity. That was a religion that was forced on our people. Black, Hispanic, and Native American people. Okay? You had the European conquerors that went and dominated this entire world. This particular world. This one right here. We're not talking about what's outside of the continental system. Okay? Now, as we all know, there's much more out there, but right now we're talking about the 7 continental system is what we're talking about right now. The others, we're going to get into those at a later time, but we've already started to talk about those things. And I love it. I love every bit of it. All right, let's continue. Verse 10, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate and howling from the second and a great crashing from the hills. That's world destruction. Again, those cataclysms, remember? Those cataclysms. And here we are with all of this happening around us right now. All of them. You see how it mentions the host of heaven? That's what's in the sky right now. Because you have people whose sole focus is on those things, but they're not mentioning the Father. They're worshiping the creations versus the Creator. And like we've mentioned here many times, don't do that. Glad to see them, but they are not to be worshipped. They are just a sign that we know that our redemption is coming. Glad to see them, but they're not being worshipped. Okay? And I want to read 10 one more time. And it shall come to pass in that day, again saying that it has not happened yet, saith the Lord, God said this, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate. So, the fish gate, talking about the sea. The tsunamis and all the things that's going to be coming from the sea. Now, for those of you that are paying attention, you're watching the news, some of you going off into little conspiratorial things or whatnot, but where are these so-called drones coming from? From the sea. They're coming up out of the sea and coming over to land. So what people are going to witness are the big ones. I told y'all already, there's some things that we can't even, our prayers won't work for. Yahushua has to come and get rid of these things. I'm telling y'all, this is not the same world that you are accustomed to. Just remember Luke 21:26. Verse 11. Howl, ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down. All they that bear silver are cut off. You see what the Father says? He says, howl, scream. In other words, if I have to put this in today's vernacular for people to understand, God is saying, scream my name, scream my name. Say my name, nigga. Yeah. We don't even realize where we get that from when we be fighting. Verse 12, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lease, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. Those unbelievers, those non-believers, just like that sister and the other one that was next to her sitting there agreeing with her. Now, let me tell you, for those of you who are technically savvy, all you have to do is go to Instagram, look for that particular video, and go look in the comment section, and you'll see exactly that the Bible is telling the 100% truth. Yep. Our people deny God at such an alarming rate is ridiculous. That's why that path is narrow. There will not be a lot of us that's going to make it. Just remember the term remnant. That's the little bit. Again, 2/3 versus 1/3. The only thing that represents is the majority versus the minority. Let me read 12 again. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles. So the Father is going to shine his light. Again, that path, the light on that path. And punish the men that are settled on their lease, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. Therefore, their good shall become a booty. Do y'all know what a booty is? It means goods. Like, I come in and take your possessions. The claim that's mine now. That's what it is. So, for those of you, y'all already know where I'm getting ready to go with this, because this is our term. That's how you know the Bible is for black people, Hispanic, and Native American people. What's the one thing when we go, let's call it what it is. Sorry, I gotta be real. When we going to go get some ass, what we say? I'm about to go get some booty. I'm about to go claim that ass. I'm about to go take it and dominate it. This is our term. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Yep. And you try to figure out where all these terms come from. Our slang comes right from the Bible. All right, I'm going to read it again. Therefore, their good shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. Again, you could take that right to the curses in Deuteronomy 28:15-68. It says the very same thing, letting you know it's still talking about those very same people. Verse 14, the great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. I hope y'all understand that. You see what the Father is saying? He's saying, first and foremost, I need y'all to understand, y'all are going to cry. I'm going to make you scream my name. I'm not coming to play with y'all. I'm coming to kill you because I gave you my commandments and y'all threw them behind you. Y'all acted like I don't even exist. Y'all acted like I'm not God. Y'all act like I'm not the creator. Y'all act like I am not the inventor of the atom. Not Adam, not A-D-A-M, A-T-O-M. The creator of matter, the creator of everything, of all existence. And our people act like they made life. Like they made themselves. That's the attitude a lot of our people have. And you know why we have that attitude? Because we are gods. We have godlike attitudes. But we won't respect the one true God and give him all of his props. That's the problem. And he said he's going to kill us. That is a penalty by death. We can't play with him like that and won't. Verse 14, the great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly, meaning it's coming fast. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. And I'm going to say this again. Do y'all see what the Father has said? I need y'all to understand something here. When it says that it comes hastily, it means quick. Do y'all realize 1,000 years is not a long time? It's not. I need y'all to think about, this is what? 2025. 1925 was only 100 years ago. That's a lifetime. That is somebody's lifetime. There are people that are still here on earth that are older than 100 years old. It's just that technology advanced so fast, so quickly, that it seems like everything was that long ago, and it wasn't. 100 years ago was 1925. Do y'all realize that cars were hardly invented at that time? The motion picture was just created. The sound on film was just created, or I should say recreated, because these things have been here before. But we're talking about for our lifetime. That fast. Yeah, that fast. Verse 15, I need y'all to please pay attention. The day is a day of wrath. That day is a day of wrath. A day of trouble and distress. A day of wasteness and desolation. A day of darkness and gloominess. A day of clouds and thick darkness. That's talking about today. The fog all around this place. That very same thick chemical that's in the air right now, blocking out the sun. I have been talking about it for like the past 2 months now. You know it's true. And it's right here in the Bible. And here, that sister talking about the reason why all these things are happening because they're the ones that wrote the book. No, they know what's happening. We've talked about it. Many of us, God told us all the way from the beginning what was going to happen. That's the thing that people just cannot accept. This book is thousands upon thousands of years old, and people are just now coming to the conclusion that these things are happening. And what are they doing? Oh yeah, no, they wrote that. Not even realizing that this was written thousands of years ago. It just goes to show you the complete and utter stupidity of our people. That's the truth. A lot of our people are stupid on purpose. A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers, and I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. You understand that? Our blood is going to pour, and guess what? Our flesh is going to pile up on the ground like piles of feces, of dog shit. I hope y'all understand what God is saying. You know how you be walking down the neighborhood and you look down and you see piece of dung, feces on the floor? You're like, ugh. That's how it's going to be for the remnant. When we're walking around and looking and seeing nothing but the rivers of blood, flesh, and carcass all over the place. The stink and the stench. And this is all a promise that God has given us. All right, let's continue. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all of them that dwell in the land. A speedy riddance. I'm going to get rid of them quick. This is not going to be a long process. The Father said, I'm going to make all this happen fast. I'm going to kill them all and destroy it. Remember who we're talking about. We're talking about God. We're talking about the Creator. Our people. If only that sister could look at this lesson. And as a matter of fact, you know what? This is 2025. Somebody can reach out to her and find out who that is. Find out who that is and send her this lesson. Now, Zephaniah chapter 2. Go over to Zephaniah 2. Now, we all know this one is so famous. So y'all know I love this one here because it talks about our gathering, right? Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. You see what the Father is telling our people? Gather yourself together, because y'all are not the ones that are desired on earth. People look to kill and destroy you because of what I made you. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. He said it twice, trying to tell us, letting us know God is going to kill you. There is a day that is coming where the Father is going to destroy all of his unrighteous, rebellious creation. He's going to destroy them, all of them. And he's warning us that he's going to do it. But yet people still will not seek the truth. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness. Seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. You see what the Father is saying? Keep my commandments and live. Just like we talked about last week. When you keep the commandments, it is a shield from the coming wrath that God is going to put on his place. That's why I keep telling y'all, there is no confusion when it comes down to this. Keep God's commandment. Keep his commandments. You cannot get around that simple instruction. Keep God's commandments. Keep them. Seek them. Lay them on your heart. Do them. Do you realize how people won't? And they will argue with you. Verse 4, for Gaza shall be forsaken and Ashkelon a desolation. They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted up. You see that? And Gaza still exists. All these places still exist. Remember, God does not change. We change the names of these places. Verse 5, woe unto the inhabitants of the seacoast, the nation of the Sherefathites. The word of the Lord is against you, O Canaan, the land of the Philistines. I will even destroy thee, that there shall be no inhabitant. And as everybody sees what's going on over there in the east right now, the Father is tearing all that up. He's destroying it all of it. But he's only putting on a show for right now, just to show everybody that what this book says he's doing, he's in control. Verse 6, and the seacoast shall be dwelling and cottages for shepherds and folds for flocks. And the coast shall be for the remnant of the house of Judah. They shall feed thereupon. In the houses of Ashkelon shall they lie down in the evening, for the Lord their God shall visit them and turn away their captivity. So now you see the Father is letting us know, even as we do the things they tell us to do for the remnant, the righteous remnant. He said, I got you. Don't worry about it. You're going to see all these things happening around you, all these horrible things. You're going to see the people die around you, but you kept my commandment. I'm going to keep you safe. I'm going to keep you hidden in the time of wrath. The only thing you have to do, keep my commandments. That's all you have to do. Keep my commandments and live. Verse 8. I have heard the reproach of Moab, who's the Chinese, and the revilings of the children of Ammon, that's the Japanese, whereby they have reproached my people and magnified themselves against their border. Stop. Now, as you see, the Most High went ahead and claimed his people, showing you that there is a separation. That he is not for the whole world, but there's something so much bigger that is in that paragraph that relates to today. When the Father says that they magnified their borders amongst my people. So we're talking about Black, Hispanic, and Native American people. When you go to Black, Hispanic, and Native American neighborhoods, who do you find selling all of their products there. Asians. Whether it be Moab, whether it be Ammon, whether it be Japheth, whether it be the Indians, whether it be the Arabs, they put themselves in our neighborhoods and make money off of us, just like the Bible said. Yep. Verse 9, therefore as I live, saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah, even the breeding of nettles and salt pits, and a perpetual desolation. The residue of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them. They are going into slavery. And you can find that, the precept to that, Isaiah chapter 14, 1 through 2. Also in Revelation chapter 13, verse 9 and 10. And still all over this book, but those specific ones right there. Verse 10, this shall they have. This shall they have for their pride. For their pride. Because they have reproached and magnified themselves against the people of the Lord of hosts. Do y'all see that? They puffed up their chest against us. They raised their weapons against us. They excuse me. They put us in jails. All of these things that are happening right here in front of our face, the Bible is bringing out. Why, oh why? Why do our people have such a hard time accepting this truth? Christianity. Christianity is, y'all got to understand the belief system behind Christianity, man. That whole system destroyed a nation of people. They gutted it out. They took the Bible and gutted it with nonsense and lies and deceit. That our people have denied their God. Christianity did what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to destroy our people, and it did. Let's continue. Verse 11. The Lord will be terrible unto them. Do y'all understand that? I really hope that you are heeding the words of what the Father is saying. He said, I'm going to be terrible unto them, for he will famish all the gods of the earth, and men shall worship him, everyone from his place, even all the isles of the heathen. It doesn't matter where you are. They're going to try to run. You see that these isles like Epstein Island and all this stuff, right? Yeah, they are going to try to run. They can't. You cannot run from the ass whooping that's coming. The Father said he's going to destroy these people for what they've done to us. And he's going to destroy us right along with them that follow. You see that? You can either follow them or follow the Father. It's best to be on the side of the Father. I'm just telling you, is what it is. Verse 12. Ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by my sword. Why? They're the ones that sent us into slavery. They're the ones that went and rounded us up and sold us over to the white man. The Africans gotta pay. They gotta pay. The Father just told you. He said it out his own mouth. Ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by my sword. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all better stop being so playful with these damn Africans, because they hate you just as much as these Edomites hate you. And he will stretch out his hand against the north and destroy Assyria, and will make Nineveh a desolation and dry like a wilderness, and flocks shall lie down in the midst of her. All the beasts of the nations. Both the cormorant and the bittern shall lodge in the upper lintels of it. Their voice shall sing in the windows. Desolation shall be in the thresholds, for he shall uncover the cedar work. This is the rejoicing city that dwelt carelessly, that said in her heart, I am, and there is none beside me. How is she become a desolation, a place for beasts to lie down in? Every one that passeth by her shall hiss and wag his hand. Why? You can't play with the Father. The Father said, I'm going to destroy you all. You dare raise and puff up your chest against me? You seriously want to puff up your chest against the Creator? He said, I'm going to kill you. I need y'all to understand that promise that the Father said he's laying down. He said, woe to these people. Whenever you hear when the Father says, woe, that means death to you. Death to you. Let's go over to verse 3. We're going to read all this here tonight. We're not playing. We're on the Father's time. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city. She obeyed not the voice. She received not correction. She trusted not in the Lord. She drew not near to her God. I need y'all to understand, Black, Hispanic, and Native American people, we have our own God. Our God is the God of Israel, the God of creation, the one true living God. We belong to him. We are his little gods. I hope y'all understand that. Most won't. They can't believe it, just like the sister that we saw at the beginning of this lesson. Ignorant. Completely ignorant of who she is. But if she continues on, she's going to die. Just like this is promising right here. Where are we? Verse 3. Yeah, verse 3. Her princes within her are roaring lions. Her judges are evening wolves. They gnaw not the bones till the morrow. Her prophets are light and treacherous persons. Her priests have polluted the sanctuary. They have done violence to the law. Let's talk about them pastors. They completely denied God's laws. They said, we no longer have to keep them. They have convinced the people, God's chosen people, that we are not the people and that everybody can get in on our redemption. That is the biggest lie ever told. I'm sorry, but it is. That is a lie from the pits of the burning flames. And y'all can get mad all you want to. These other nations cannot get in. You're reading it. I'm reading it. You should be reading right along with me. The very same thing I'm reading. Let's continue. Her prophets are light and treacherous persons. I'm making sure that y'all understand what this is saying here. Her priests have polluted the sanctuary. That's the church. They have done violence to the Lord. They killed the Lord. They got rid of the law. The law that we're supposed to keep. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he brings his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. I need y'all to understand that. This is saying that the Most High will deal with these individuals. He's going to deal with them. He will. Just because the unrighteous have not seen their judgment yet does not mean that they're not going to get judged. You have to remember, evil has a place on this planet, unfortunately. And there are evil people that have to carry it out. This is why he is warning us against these evil people. But so many of you will hear this, listen, hear what I'm saying, read what I'm saying. You'll read it for yourself and still go out there and trust people. And you're a fool if you do that. All right, let's continue with this one here. Verse 6, I have cut off the nations. Their towers are desolate. I made their streets waste, that none passeth by. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man, that there is none inhabitant. Remember them cataclysms, guys. Remember that. I said, surely thou wilt fear me. Thou wilt receive instruction, so their dwelling should not be cut off. Howsoever I punished them, but they rose early and corrupted all their doings. You see that? That shows you just how much in our hearts that we want to go against God. We go against him so much that we fight him. When he's trying to give us the best, all we want is to receive the worst. I don't understand our people when we do that. I don't get it. I don't. But that is a natural condition of our people. 2/3 of them, not all of us. Verse 7, I said, surely. Well, no, I just read that. I'm sorry. Verse 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Do y'all understand that? Why did the Father say that? Because first and foremost, the world, these Edomites and these other religions have told our people that the Son of God is a white man. These pastors and priests have told our people that we no longer have to keep God's commandments. The one thing that gives us the keys to the kingdom, they took away. They told God to shut up, is what essentially is what they did. They told God to shut up. They told our Father he has no power, he has no say-so on this earth, and that they run this. They truly believe that they are in control and that they are in power. So many of our people believe it too. So many of our people believe it. They're going to find out just how much is not true. Verse 9, for then will I turn to the people of pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent. And that is talking about the remnant. We will all call God by his true name. That's why everybody going around with the arguments, oh, God's name is this, God's name is that. When in the scriptures it tells us that in that day will the Father come to us and say, this is my name, this is what you will call me. We just read it. But yet you have niggas down here arguing over nothing. If they would only read. Verse 10, from beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliants, even the daughter of my dispersed shall bring mine offering. In that day shall thou not be ashamed for all thy doings, wherein thou hast transgressed against me. For then I will take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice in thy pride, and thou shalt no more be haughty because of my holy mountain. I will also leave in the midst of them. I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Lord. That's us. Afflicted and poor. Those of us that have taken them ass whoopings. From whether it be spiritual, physical, emotional, mental, doesn't matter. The afflicted. For those of you who don't know what afflicted means, you need to go and look it up. Usually I'll bring it out. No, you go do the work. You go look it up. Look up what afflicted means. Verse 13, the remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. for they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. You see that? That's the remnant. All of us that says, Father, you got it. I want to follow you. I'm going to do what you tell me to do. I am going to do your commandments. I'm going to follow you because I know that you are the true living God. I know that you are the power. I know that at any given moment, you can just take my life like that and completely eviscerate me. I know that if God, being that this is Friday night right now, this is Friday night. If God was to say that today is Wednesday, guess what? It's Wednesday. Not the day changed to Wednesday. That's just the type of power that God has. That if we could be standing in the middle of Friday and God says it's Wednesday and it is Wednesday. That is the God that we serve. And he's letting every last one of us know, I'm not coming to play with y'all. Either you keep my commandments or I'm going to kill you. That's a power you don't play with. Okay? I'm just making sure y'all understand that. All right? Verse 14. Sing, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O Israel. Be glad and rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. The Lord have taken away thy judgments. He have cast out thine enemy, the King of Israel. Even the Lord is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil anymore. Do you understand that promise that is coming to us? There will be a day. No more Edomites. No more Japhites. No more Africans. Nothing. All of those people will be in the possession of us. You understand that? We are going to rule over them. We will oppress them according to the scriptures. There will be no more evil. The Father is making it clear, even that remnant of the other nations, he's going to beat that up out of them as well, because there will be no disrespect to the Father in any circumstance. None. None. And I'm telling y'all better understand what that is saying. Because guess who's going to be ruling those people? You. If only our people can get that through their head, boy. Watch this. Let's continue. Verse 16. In that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, fear thou not. And to Zion, let not thine hands be slack. The Lord thy God in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing. Do y'all understand that? That is another promise for those of us that keep the commandments of the Most High. The Father said, I'm going to be singing. I'm going to be rejoicing. Can you imagine what that is going to be? Can you imagine? Just try to picture that. The Father rejoicing over us. The Father rejoicing over his children that keeps his commandments. Do you understand the blessing that's... Many of you don't get it. Y'all don't get it. You don't get it. The Father said that he's going to rest in his love. The Father said he's going to be singing. I know somebody besides me want to see that. Come on now. Come on. I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out. And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. All praises to the Most High God of Israel. Do y'all understand what the Father is saying here? He's saying, because you know, all over this earth, it doesn't matter what continent you go to. Me being as a black man, I can go to any continent and face the very same ridicule and disgust that I face right here in this country in America. Because it doesn't matter where we go, where our feet touch, those curses are upon us. That's just the truth. And the Father said, I'm going to remove all of that. That's the promise that he gave us. He said, I'm going to take all of that away, every last bit of it. Verse 20, at that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. Now, I need y'all to understand something, because very many of you just now, everybody's went all praise to the Most High and did all that, but so many of you don't understand what that meant. First of all, that is not only talking about just the remnant. Y'all have to remember, it said all of the earth. This earth goes beyond the 7 continents. So that means over all of these aliens, monsters, Sasquatches, big feet, whatever, drones in the air, the angels, because we're over the angels. Understand that when we say world domination, that is exactly what we mean. That is exactly what the Father means when it comes to his Israelites. It is about world domination. We will take the world back. It belongs to us. It's ours. It's ours. The Father said, I made the world for your sakes, not all the other nations. I made the world for your sakes. I gave the world to you. And he said, I'm going to give it back to you. And we won't be in this form. We will be as gods in our true form, just like we've been talking about for the past 3 weeks. When Yahushua returns, when our King, our Savior, when he returns, we will be just like him. So, royal family, get ready.